Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So excited you're here because we're doing a book tag today. I was tagged in this one by Cliff with Cliff Start Gems. This one was created by Heather with Heather Reads and Meg at Books Off the Beaten Path. It's called Box Office Tops and Flops, which is so fun. I really love this tag. It's a great way to reflect on what's working, what's not working, and just draw attention to some videos that maybe you want to draw attention to. It says, using YouTube Studio, look up your 5 videos that got the highest number of views and the 5 that got the lowest. Answer these questions about each video. Why do you think this video got as many or as few views as it did? For the 5 highest view videos only, do you think each video warrants as many views as it got? So let's do that first. All right, so let's go with the top 5 first, and we'll go one by one. We'll do a countdown. So we'll go with the one that we'll start with, the one with the lowest of the top 5, and we'll go all the way to the top 1. Okay, does that make sense? So the first one is this one here, which is Favorite Reads of 2024, the books I couldn't put down. This one I was really proud of, and it got 330 views, which, you know, for some might not be a crazy lot of views, but for me it's a lot. I'm still a pretty new channel. And yeah, I mean, people love a favorites list. They love, you know, anything where you put favorite reads, or especially top reads of the year or whatever. It's going to get a lot of views because those are going to be books that people want to read. They're going to be, you know, okay, you read a lot of books this year, and these are your top ones. They're going to be worth reading. So people are going to want to watch that. And definitely, I do think it's worth watching. Put a lot of work into it, and there's some really good books talked about in that video. So yeah, and obviously I'll link all these videos down below as well, so if you haven't watched them and you want to check them out. With 335 views, the next one is Cozy Halloween Decorating Vlog, Halloween Book Recs. And yeah, this one, you know, I'm being a horror channel, being a spooky channel and spooky little book nerd. Obviously this one got a lot of views because it's Halloween, and obviously I think the title had a lot to do with it, Cozy Halloween Decorating Vlog, and then you throw in the Halloween book recs. I think all of that went into it. The title went into it. It's my thumbnails. My thumbnails all kind of look pretty much the same. I put the same sort of vibe on all my thumbnails. So, but the title's catchy. The title's catchy. I think the thumbnail's pretty catchy too. And I do think it's worth a watch. It is. I did make it cozy. I put some B-rolls in there of, you know, decorating. I put the end result in there of what it looked like all put together and all decorated. And yeah, I put a lot of work into it, and I'm really proud of it. It's one of those that I would enjoy watching as a viewer. It's something that I would go and seek out and find and look for as far as something to watch if I was in the mood to watch something spooky season related, Halloween related. And I really enjoy putting it together too. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth a watch. And there are also some really great Halloween book recommendations in there if you're ever looking for them. At 367 views, we have Spooky Season TBR, Halloween-a-thon plans. Again, yeah, you have an entire season of TBR here, Spooky Season TBR. Anything that involves spooky season or Halloween. So the title itself, I think, is what got it, and then the thumbnail again is catchy. But yeah, you put any kind of seasonal TBR out there, I think that's gonna attract a lot of viewers, and probably even a lot of new viewers, even people that weren't even probably following me caught that one. And again, this is something that I would have personally seeked out. I would have personally looked for. And this is something that I personally seek out all the time on YouTube. And yeah, I definitely think it's worth a watch. I definitely think, because there are a lot of great books listed in this one. and some of them I still haven't read, honestly. But yeah, it's a great list of books, and books that I definitely think are worth a read, and some that I would have personally seeked out, obviously. But yeah, I think the title alone is what got that one, and things that it's very searchable. It's something that people would have been looking for at that time, and it was the perfect time to be posting it. At 384 views, huge horror book haul, 30 plus new releases, ARCs, special editions. Title, title, thumbnail. In the thumbnail, I'm holding this huge stack of books, and it's everybody loves a book haul. Everybody loves a big fat book haul. They want ideas for what needs to be added to their TBR. We're always looking for what to add to our TBR. We're always looking for new books, and we're always looking for what's coming out, and new releases is in the title, ARCs is in the title, special editions, that's another hot button topic, and it's all there. It's very searchable. Between the thumbnail and the title, I think that's what got it. And like I said, everybody loves a book haul. And yeah, obviously I'm gonna say it's worth the watch on all these, because I created them, and I create all these because I think I'm not gonna put something out there that I don't think is worth a watch, and I'm not gonna put something out there that I'm not proud of. So I definitely think that it's worth a watch. There are a lot of really great books listed in here, and yeah, I think I had a lot of fun making it. I still miss book shopping. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a fun video. And my number one video at 476 views. This one blows my mind because I was pretty new to BookTube at this point. 7 mermaid horror books plus other summer horror reads. And I was getting ready for Summerween at this point when I put this out. But yeah, this one I could have just put summer reading plans. I could have just put summer horror reads out there, but I decided to go more niche with this one, and I think that was a smart idea. So I was in the mood for summer horror. My friend, she has a channel, The Brightside Girl. I'll link her channel down below, but she was doing a mermaid and pirate themed readathon. It was the perfect timing. Because I love mermaid horror. I love anything involving mermaids. So I had this big stack of mermaid books, and I decided to go more niche with the title. I decided not to just focus on summer horror. I decided to go more niche with the title, and I think that was really smart. I think it grabbed attention. So going more specific with it, I think really helped. And I think that's what grabbed people's attention. I think it was just something more interesting, and it just really got attention. And also I put a mermaid book stack on TikTok at the time too, and it blew up as well. I no longer have that TikTok, but yeah, it took off too. It's just something more specific. But I think that was really smart to do it that way instead of just going summer horror. And I went back and forth on, should I just do summer horror? Should I go more specific and do mermaid horror? And I think mermaid was the way to go. I think it was smart. And now I will say I really hesitated at the time, because whenever I was filming the video and whenever I was editing the video, it looked fine, but whenever I put it out there, the lighting sucked. I don't know what happened to the lighting. The lighting is awful on that video. That's the only thing I don't like about it, but it was well received anyways, and there are some really great book recommendations on it. One day I'll probably redo it just because the lighting was so terrible, but it was well received anyways. I was pretty new to YouTube, and the lighting I didn't have down yet, and at the time I was in a room that didn't have a window. So I had to do like the ring light, and it wasn't ideal. Now I'm doing more natural light. I'm using the window. It's a lot better. But yeah, the lighting sucks. So it blows my mind that that's the most viewed video, because it is the worst lighting ever. It's so crazy. Now we'll go into my least viewed videos. And on this one, the question says, for the 5 lowest view videos only, can you think of a good reason why more people should watch these videos? Okay, let's get into it. I'll tell you why I think they weren't viewed more, and then like what happened, and then I'll say why I think you should view them. We'll do that. We'll go with we'll go all the way down, like from the most viewed to the least, and then all the way down to the least viewed, if that makes sense. At 77 views, it's called Pumpkin Patch, Meeting a Favorite Author and Reading 3 Books. I probably could have done better with the title. I probably could have come up with something more catchy. I've gotten better with my titles since then. I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten a lot better with my descriptions. I've gotten a lot better at titling my thumbnails. The thumbnail's okay. It's not horrible, but anyways, I probably could have come up with a better title that was more searchable. It's not great. It's not searchable, and the description probably could have been better as well. I've learned to make my descriptions, titles, and the tags more searchable since doing this. I've learned a lot since creating this, so that's probably the problem. But yeah, I guarantee you that's a big part of the problem. Other than that, I'm gonna say that's number one, because it's a good video. I had a lot of fun making it. I think the content's really good. I think talking about the books, I mean, I'm talking about books in it. It's a Halloween video. The pumpkin patch was really fun. It's good content, I think. I do think it's worth a watch because everybody loves spooky content. It's fallish, it's book related, it's on brand, and I had a lot of fun putting it together. It's not overly long. It doesn't take too long to get through. If you're looking for spooky season content, if you're looking for, spooky books, I do think it's a good video. It's just the title, I think, killed it. But it is good. I do think it's worth a watch. And the pumpkin patch was really cool. And there's some B-roll of the pumpkin patch and all that in there. I think it's really great. It just, the title was not searchable at all. At 70 views, we have the Quarter Year Crisis book tag 2024. Book tags just in general don't do great. I'm not surprised there are a couple of them on the bottom 5 because they never do well. They just don't. I really love doing them. I have a great time doing them. I will still put effort into them because it's a great way to put in another video. It's a great way to get to know the book community better. It's a great way to meet new people and all that. They just tank though, unfortunately. They don't get a lot of views. They don't really do anything for my channel as far as views go at all. I really just do them for fun. I don't do them for views. So I'm not really surprised that they really got into the bottom. A couple of them did. So anyways, the Quarter Year Crisis book tag. And it's probably, the title's not really searchable. I don't think a lot of people were searching for that. I think the Quarter Year Crisis book tag needed to be in the title, but I probably could have put something else there to make it more searchable, or maybe something in the description to make it more searchable. I do think it's a great tag. I think it was a lot of fun. I do think it's worth watching. I talked about a lot of really great books in there. I rewatched it for this video just to remember what I talked about in it, and I talked about some really great books. Talked about some not so great books too. But even that's great because it tells you what to not read, possibly. Or it gives you something to talk about. Like other people may say, hey, I read that too and I also didn't like it. Or, hey, I read that and I loved it. You're wrong. Either way, it's great book conversation. I think tags are a great way to start conversation. So either way, I do think it's worth a watch because it's a fun way to have a conversation in the comments, and I think that's what BookTube's all about. 64 views. Found my favorite and least favorite holiday reads in the same week, plus Christmas movies. Again, the title killed it. This was, again, before I really learned how to make them searchable and the description searchable. It's a good thing I've learned since then. It really is. I think the thumbnail I think is really cute. The thumbnail works. It's catchy, I believe. I think thumbnail's fun, but you have to make your titles searchable and your description searchable. You have to make them catchy, and I don't think this title's, I mean, it's catchy, but unless you make it to where people are going to be searching, new people, I think it makes it hard. This one I think is clickable if people happen to stumble upon it, but it's not really searchable. if that makes sense. So I think that killed it. And also, because of when it was posted December 20th. People may have had things to do. You know, it's around the holidays, people are busy, and December is just a really crazy time for everybody, and that may have been part of the problem as well. So, but the title, I mean, it's clickable as far as like, wonder what her favorite and least favorite holiday reads are, but it's not really searchable. Anyways, is it worth the watch? Yes, absolutely. It's very festive and fun, and I love the B-roll on it, and I love the music that I put in the B-roll. I think it's very cute and festive, and it gets you in the holiday spirit whenever you're in the holiday spirit, maybe closer to Christmas time. And I put a lot of work into it, and it does show that I put a lot of work into it, I think. And so yeah, it does have the holiday reads. It has the holiday movies. It has the music. It's very festive and fun and cute, I think. And it shows my holiday crafting, like the paint by number and all that. I do talk about movies and books, and they're all like holiday themed. So it's cute. I do think it's worth a watch. I put a lot of effort into it. At 62 views, another book tag. Not surprised. And that is the BookBuds book tag at 62 views. I love this book tag. This is one I had the most fun with. It's one of the most fun book tags I've ever done. And I absolutely think you should watch this one. I think you should watch it. If you haven't done the book tag, I think you should do it. And it was a freaking blast. Okay, so this one, it's one that you have to really think about. It's one that I wish I could have tagged everybody on. But you have to be selective, because this one allows you to call out other booktubers. It allows you to draw attention to other booktube channels, and it was so fun. It's cute, it's funny, and I love doing it. And it's a way for you to discover other channels. It's a way for you to highlight other channels, and I love that. This was so fun. Like, to me, this is one of the best book tags I've done, I think, because it was original. It was very unique. It was funny. I think everybody should do this one. I really do. And this one was created by, obviously this one was created by BookBuds, and it was a blast. It was a blast. I think everybody, like I said, I think everybody should do it. And everybody should go to watch that video if you haven't, because, I mean, genuinely, because, like I said, it will introduce you to other channels if you're not already following them, and it highlights other channels, and it was so fun. It was so fun to put together. And if you haven't already done it, you should, because it will allow you to highlight other channels as well. It will allow you to showcase others and draw attention to others to where other people can follow them. So, and I will, like I said, I'll link all of these videos down below, and I will link, I will mention BookBuds, because they're the ones that created that tag. I'll link their channel down below as well. And then finally, my least viewed video at 57 views, Naughty or Nice Holiday Hellathon Finale. Yeah. Probably the title probably needed to be more searchable again. Like I said, all of these ones, it's so funny. All of these ones are around the same time frame. They're all around the same time. And I'm sure the holidays has a lot to do with it. I'm sure people are busy. 1, 2, the title's not searchable. The description is not really very searchable. I probably could have done better with tags. Probably could have done better with making those searchable. Just a lot of ways I could have helped make this whole thing searchable. And I think Naughty or Nice was cute. I think that was it's intriguing. But if people didn't know what the Holiday Hellathon was, they had no idea what I was talking about. Because Holiday Hellathon is like, at the end of it, you tally up your points depending on like where each book, movie, activity, or whatever. There are these sheets. It could fall under naughty, nice, or like, somewhere in the middle, depending on which sheet, like where it was on each list. Krampus, Santa, or Elf, I believe it was. So at the end, you see if you fall under Team Santa, Krampus, or Elf. Are you naughty, nice, or are you in somewhere in the middle? If that makes sense. So if people didn't know what the holiday telethon was, they have no freaking idea what I'm talking about on naughty or nice. None. Zero. So probably it was confusing. Probably they're like, what? But so only a select few people knew what I was talking about. That's probably the problem. So yeah, I've solved everything. Anyways, is it worth a watch? Absolutely. It's very festive. It's fun. I put a lot of work into it. It's really cute. I show in the B-roll, I show this really pretty walk-through park where you walk through the holiday lights. It's very festive. I show like video of our family charcuterie board dinner party. It was really pretty. It was really nice. I talked about that and talked about some other things we did. I showed my paint by number, but it's very cozy. It's festive, it's fun, and I love the music that I picked for the B-roll. And I put a lot of work into it. And then I talked about the movies, I talked about the books that I read, and it's all just very Christmassy, if that's what you're in the mood for. And it's cozy. So yeah, I do think it's worth the watch because the effort shows. And if you want something that's cozy and festive, I think definitely you should watch it. The problem was definitely in the title and the description, and I don't think it was clickable. I don't think it was searchable, and people had no idea what I was talking about in the title. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in the last few months on titles and descriptions and all that stuff, and my views have gone up quite a bit, except for when I had my hiatus. I had my break, and then my views went way down, and I'm trying to get them back up now because the algorithm like hates me now that I took a little break, but it'll get back up. But I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about titles and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely plays a huge role. So anyways, I had a lot of fun with this tag. I think it was great. I think I've learned a lot. And I'm not surprised which ones were in the bottom at all. I really am not. So I'll link all those videos down below. Like I said, I'll link the channels that I've mentioned down below. And I will tag some people that hopefully haven't been tagged yet. And I hope you have a lot of fun with this. Friday I will have my September TBR. And some of the books you've probably heard me mention if you watched my fall TBR. And then some of them you haven't seen yet. So anyways, I will see you on Friday. Bye for now.